وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ.
Certainly, we have made the Qur'an simple for the sake of admonishment. So, is there anyone who will be admonished? Path towards enlightenment. In the name of God, the Merciful, the Beneficent. Salaam and welcome to another interesting edition of our weekly program Path Towards Enlightenment. We start from where we left you last Friday, and here are ayahs 20, 21 and 22 of Surah Naml.
وتفقد الطير فقال ما لي لا أرى الهدهد أم كان من الغائبين لأعذبنه عذابا شديدا أو لأذبحنه أو ليأتيني بسلطان مبين فمكث غير بعيد فقال أحطت بما لم تحط به وجئتك من سبأ بنبأ يقين.
Solomon reviewed the words and said, "Why do I not see the hoopoe, or is he absent? I will surely punish him with a severe punishment, or I will surely behead him, unless he brings a clear-cut excuse." He did not stay for long and said, "I have alighted on something which you have not alighted on, and I have brought you from Sheba a definite report." As we said before, God Almighty had given Prophet Solomon a kingdom to rule along with command and authority over birds, animals, insects, and the invisible species called jinn or jinni. God had even granted him the ability to understand and speak the tongue of these creatures, as we explained last Friday about his encounter with an ant. Here, in the ayahs that we recited to you now, Solomon, while reviewing representatives of the different species of birds assembled in his presence and their reports on what they had seen while flying over Palestine and beyond, noticed the conspicuous absence of the hoopoe. He became rather upset, saying that if the hoopoe on return fails to provide any justification or clear-cut excuse about its absence from the gathering of birds, it will be severely punished and even killed. Soon the hoopoe returned and told Solomon that it had flown to the distant land of Yemen beyond the Arabian desert and saw some strange things in the kingdom of Sheba, from which it had brought definite reports of events of which the Prophet was not aware. From these ayahs we learn that just and God-fearing leaders, in addition to their characteristic of mercy and concern for public welfare, are sharp and precise in their dealings with subordinates and expect valid and justified reasons from them. In government and state affairs, the slightest negligence could turn out into a catastrophe if precise report of the real situation on the ground is not provided, or leniency is shown to wrongdoers instead of dealing decisively with their lapse of duty in order to serve as lessons for others. And qualities of Islamic leadership include logical attitude towards events, officials, and people, with readiness to accept justified reasons along with decisiveness and firmness. Now, dear listeners, let's listen to ayahs 23 and 24 of Surah Naml.
إني وجدت امرأة تملكهم وأوتيت من كل شيء ولها عرش عظيم وجدتها وقومها يسجدون للشمس من دون الله وزين لهم الشيطان أعمالهم فصدهم عن السبيل فهم لا يهتدون.
I found a woman ruling over them, and she has been given everything, and she has a great throne. I found her and her people prostrating to the sun instead of Allah, and Satan has made their deeds seem decorous to them. Thus, he has barred them from the way, so they are not guided. Hupo, reporting to Prophet Solomon about its reconnoitering mission to distant Yemen, said that the kingdom of Saba or Sheba is ruled by a woman of great power who has a splendid palace and a great throne. But the misfortune of the people of that land is that instead of worshipping Allah, the one and only Creator, they prostrate to the sun to the extent that the ever-deceiving Satan has made their wrongful acts decorous to them, thus depriving them of their conscience to seek guidance and the right way. These ayahs teach us the following points. Power and welfare are of a transitory nature and definitely do not indicate the goodness or wickedness of persons, but what is important is to follow the right path without becoming arrogant or being deceived by the luxuries that one may enjoy. And people often follow the ideas and religion of their rulers. For this reason, governments are responsible before God and should play an effective role in providing guidance and properly shaping the ideas and religious beliefs of their subjects. Ayahs 25 and 26 of Surah Naml are the next ayahs to enlighten our souls. Let's listen.
ألا يسجدوا لله الذي يخرج الخبأ في السماوات والأرض ويعلم ما تخفون وما تعلنون الله لا إله إلا هو رب العرش العظيم.
So that they do not prostrate themselves to Allah, who brings out the hidden in the heavens and the earth, and He knows whatever you hide and whatever you disclose. Allah, there is no God except Him, is the Lord of the great throne. After giving his report to Solomon of the situation in the kingdom of Sheba, Hupo expresses surprise as to why certain people allow themselves to be deceived by Satan instead of obeying Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, who has power over all things and knows whatever is concealed or disclosed. The next ayah means to say, don't they realize that there is no God or deity except Allah, the Lord Most High, who has created everything, brought into existence mankind and all other creatures, provides sustenance, brings the rainfall and makes the plants grow? Thus Hupo, despite being a mere bird, is conscious of God Almighty and knows that whatever powers and wisdom Solomon possesses as king and prophet are limited, which means God has not given him knowledge of the unseen regarding the situation in the kingdom of Sheba, for the acquisition of which God has made him depend on others. From these ayahs we learn that worship is part of innate human nature, but this does not mean mankind should intellectually degrade himself by turning away from the path of monotheism and instead worshipping animals, stones, plants, idols and heavenly bodies such as sun, moon and stars, as has been the sorry case of the polytheists, who even regard certain animals as sacred when these creatures have been created by God for the benefit of the human race. The sun, which provides light and energy, does have a major role in the growth of plants and animals and flourishing of life and civilization on earth, but it is only a mere creation of God and should not be worshipped as some of the polytheists do. Satan takes control of the minds and emotions of those pursuing carnal desires, and in order to further deceive them, the devil makes deviation appear as decorous in order to deprive them of divine guidance. And the world is under the observation of God and nothing is hidden from him.